How's it and aloha? Is your Burpee Yoga uncle on my journey to 1,000 days of burpees. I'm fit over 50. Each day I do a minimum of at least 100 military or prison style burpees, which consists of at least one push-up and then the pump, which is called a pump, and then a burpee. I don't do the jump. Sometimes I do, but most, like 99.9%, I don't. This particular video I think is from day 994 to day 998. I'm so close to my goal, and it looks like a couple more days I'll hit the 1,000 days. So thanks for a lot for continue to support me through like almost 1,000 days, 2+ years of burpees. I do burpees because for me it's one of the most efficient body weight exercise out there. I have no excuse to not do it every day. It's my way of working out. So I do my seafood diet, which is SEEFOOD diet, and it works every part of your body. If you don't believe me, do 1,000 of them. And there's so many variations too, from navies to bodybuilders to 1 to 10 palms to the most hated burpees to psychos. I mean, there's a whole sub community of burpee aficionados out there. I am one of them. They call me the Unk. And thanks a lot again for coming in. Please help me get to 2,000 subscribers. I think I'm just a few off. And it's only a goal. You gotta make goals in life. And I also do a rant towards the end of the my intro. So with that said, let's get to the intro and get to the burpee. Fitness, foodies, and the fabulous absurd. From burpees to Camus, you're never gonna know what you're gonna get from your Burpee Yoga uncle. So there's your Today's the 11th. Just gotta do it anywhere. Doesn't matter. 2 more days, I'll make 1,000 days. Wednesday, the 11th. Let's get it. So I had this chat with my kids about, hey, you just gotta set goals and figure out what you're gonna do. And they're telling me that at their age, which is in their 20s or early 20s, that according to their lifestyle now, they're supposed to know what they're gonna be doing for the next 30-40 years when they're 20. I mean, that's kind of the pressures that's been put on kids nowadays. And I'm thinking, oh my, I think when I was 20 years old, I was trying to figure out what to do maybe a month from now. Not to figure out my whole plan of action to what I plan to do. And so it was kind of eye-opening. I mean, even at my age, I'm still trying to figure out, what the next, still planning ahead to do what's next, always trying to plan and make goals. And so I think, their life's challenge, I mean, each generation have their challenges. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she grew up during the communist regime of a certain country. I won't say which one it is. I don't want to get banned. And she was saying that was worse because you don't know when they're going to get food and stuff like that. And then because I was debating with her that, this current generation is much harder because, ever since they can move and walk, us parents has been trying to get them to the next level faster and better. When I was growing up, none of that was happening, and then I'm pretty sure when my parents were growing up, none of that was happening with them either. I mean, they were, but I can see from their point of view that their life is much harder because they don't know where their next plate of food is going to come from. At the same time, I can see my kids is much harder too because, they're constantly being stressed out along with social media, which they can choose to not participate, but they do, which make it a lot harder for them to have a freer mind, not having so much judgments being put on them. And then also the constant non-stop of the phone being their companion with everything that they do. So I go back to YouTube to watch old videos when we used to go clubbing. There was not one cell phone. Everybody was having fun. Everybody was talking to each other and conversing and having friendly relationships. But I'm pretty sure nowadays when you go anywhere, everybody's just on their phone, and when anything happens, they're just busting out their phone, taking videos, and not really enjoying that moment. I mean, I guess they get to keep the moment, and I'm part of that crowd of keeping all the moments, but at the same time I feel like I lost the moment when I tried to document the moment, if you get what I mean. So there's pluses and minuses. Now, that's another mantra in my life. There's never anything that's 100% good, and there's never anything that's 100% bad. But it's just what I see now is just time is just so constrained. There's never any free time. When before you were free to do nothing, and now you can't. Which is why I practice yoga a lot of times. That 30 minutes or so, it tries to free up my mind for me to do things. In the sense that you try to think of nothing, right? That's why yoga is called breathing meditation. It's not for the movements. It's not for flexibility. It's not for strength. I mean, those are all byproducts of doing yoga, but the main thing is the mantra. You're supposed to concentrate on your breath, the present, and not think of anything else. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Yoga is the practice of meditation of the present. And that's why a good yogi, while doing the practice with you or having you follow them, always tell you to concentrate on your breath, because the breath is all you have. And by concentrating on your breath, you quiet your mind. And as you get older, you'll realize it's much harder to quiet your mind than when you're younger, which I believe is one of the reasons why younger people can learn stuff faster, because their minds are more, their attention is more focused. Like even as I'm talking to you right now, I'm thinking of the other stuff I'm going to do right after I'm done with this, or things I have to do in the future. It's just how older minds work, and it's very tough for it to be empty. One of the hardest poses in yoga, and I said that many times, is called savasana, and basically it's called a dead man's pose. All you do is you lie on your mat or on the floor, and you don't move for 5-10 minutes or X amount of time. And during the time you're not moving, because that's why it's called dead man's pose, during the time you're not moving, you are supposed to think of only your breath. You're supposed to clear your mind. And that actually is the hardest thing. With a few practices, you can pretty much stop moving your physical body, but stopping your mind from racing as your body's not moving, that is the toughest thing. And that's why that's basically the toughest pose in yoga. It's not all those balancing poses, it's none of that. It's savasana, which is dead man's pose, lying there. Usually do it at the end of a practice to clear your mind and the final meditation before you move on, right? And that's, try it sometime. Try to lie down, don't move, and think of only your breath, and then count how many breaths you breathe until your mind's thoughts are cluttered with stuff. Can you even get to 3 or 4 before you start thinking of stuff? Let me know in the comments below. I always rant about nothing and everything. I'm your Unc. I do burpees, I do foodies, I do things like this. I do travel, I do everything. That's probably one of the reasons why my channel is the way it is. You're never gonna know what you're gonna get from your Unc. And here we go with the last few days of burpee. Whew. Nice money there. Yeah, each day be better. 2 more days. 1,000 days. So it's on. Today's Tuesday the 10th. Getting my money. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The grind never stops. On Monday, January 9th, look at the weather. Beautiful. Still in Seattle. 2. Happy Sunday, December 8th. Work out before we have fun. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, today is Saturday, the 7th of January. I'm actually in Richmond, Vancouver, British Columbia. Just hanging out, doing some stuff, but I want to get my burpees in. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,